that in his pants. Alec and Pete, bringing the heat. Alec and Pete, that kielbasa, bringing the heat. Alec and Pete.
Welcome back to Bringing the Heat with Alec and Pete. I am your co-host, Alec, and we got Pistol Pete Maravich.
What's going on, guys? That's a great reference right there. I didn't know you knew about that basketball player.
Yeah,
Jeez.
well, I don't. A lot of people out of that, a lot of people that listen know I was really good at basketball in high school,
Basketball. Yeah.
and that's why I'm wearing a wife beater today because my dad told me only really cool guys wear wife beaters. And
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was raised on a farm. That's why I have that farmer's tan right now. As you can see, it literally looks like I had like bra strap on.
If you're listening, if you're watching the podcast on YouTube this week, hopefully I'll get it posted and we don't say anything bad enough where I have to take it down or whatever.
Yeah.
You might get turned on because Pete's got no shirt on. I've got a wife beater on. It's turning into GQ model status type podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That's just what's
You-
happening.
You want to know one of the sad things about Pete Maravich? My dad used to actually show me that I would have like so I played modified basketball. I'd be like, Pete, you got to try out for that. What's a really good travel team?
Rage.
I went to the Rage tryout one time, dude. Oh my god, it was so bad. He's like, you gotta watch the videos. He bought me Pistol Pete videos. So you gotta practice these every night in the garage. No. What
I
are
feel
you
like
talking about?
basketball. I feel like any sport watching videos it doesn't help with anything.
No, not at all. I mean,
You have to do it's like when you're in class and
it's
you're
all
watching the
hands-on.
teacher do something. And I know this because this is why I didn't learn anything through my 5 years in college. You watch the teacher do something and you don't actually do it. You don't learn the skill.
Yeah.
Like, let's put it this way. When you jerk off for years, so when you're like a little kid and you're 12 years old and you start jerking off,
Yeah.
you think you watch the videos, you're like, whatever. Oh, like I'm gonna be good at sex. I know how to do this, that, whatever. And then you
Yep.
actually go to do actual sex and you literally don't know what you're doing.
It's a train wreck.
Two, it lasts like 4 seconds. 3, I feel like anyone that tells you their first time they didn't last fucking like 2 minutes,
Yeah.
tops, is
It's a straight
blatantly
lie.
lying.
Well, they have a medical condition.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like it's like going to a real authentic Italian restaurant, getting a nice pizza, margarita pizza, and just being like, I could fucking make this. You get the materials at the grocery store, and then you make it, and you're like, wow, this tastes like fucking shit.
I will say this.
I
I have this saying, and I said it before on the podcast, only once though, I believe. Even sex is like pizza. Even bad pizza still tastes pretty good.
Still tastes decent. You know what I mean? You can leave under the couch for a day or two and still,
Yeah.
So I don't know how that reference.
Well, my Uncle Marty used to bang the couch, but whatever.
But that's a story for another time.
Yeah, that's not happening.
So
what's up with you? Because you've had a rough week. You've been busy. What's going on?
So Peter bought a new car. Basically, I got my hands on a '98 Cherokee.
Well, they know that from last. We did talk about the car, but
so
new shit
so
has
for
happened.
anyone new. So I get it, and it's working great. And then my buddy's like, "Oh, let's throw some new spark plugs for our mechanic audience. Spark plugs and fuel injectors, things that allow the gas to get in, whatever." So now, do you know when a car backfires? It makes like a pop.
Yeah. There's an episode of Friends where that happens, and they thought it was a gunshot, and then Joey like jumped on Chandler, but he really jumped on Chandler because he had a meatball sub in his hand. He was protecting the sandwich.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a lot different than my situation because my backfire is constant. It won't stop. So every 100 feet, it's pop. So we did a little bit of work. The pop's kind of going down, but I think I got to mess around with a couple more things. But Carvana came today and they picked up my Jeep, my other Jeep, the 2-wheel drive Jeep, the one so they bought it off me. And so I'm like, oh shit, there was a little like break in the seat, you know what I mean? Like a little tear. So I sewed it up myself. I got there 5 minutes before. I sewed it up myself. And I'll send you a picture of it later. It was a shit job. But the person that came to pick it up, I don't even know if it was a guy or girl. I couldn't tell. The first name was HSU. Like I don't know.
That was the first name.
That was the first name, and then Han was the last name. So
we're talking about an Asian American.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I slept with a girl with a last name like that.
Okay. So
anyway.
Okay.
Can I say that? I can't say that.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't know. That's.
We'll see. We'll see down the line. But he or she didn't even drive the car around. It just kind of tossed it on the trailer, made sure sound worked and the lights, and just signed the check. I got the money in my account, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll pay off your loan and we'll send you back whatever's left over." So, so great experience. But now, this car has to work for me, because I've got nothing else. So all my eggs are in one basket here, other than Doge.
Because, dude, so like you haven't been Instacarting in a few days then, or have you?
Well, no, Instacart's kind of dead. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last one.
Really? People are
like
now.
It's warm outside and people they don't give a shit about the masks. So they're just kind of, well, dude, was last week, was the mask thing officially off?
I think last Wednesday. It's been a week of no masks.
But we didn't talk about it that much last week because we hadn't been out
experiencing. Did we record on Wednesday or Thursday? I'm not.
We recorded on Wednesday, I thought.
Wednesday. So we recorded the day it happened.
Yeah, so dude, there's like, I've seen 3/4 of the people in the places have no mask on.
Yeah. I've been.
And I don't know if they're
gym, no masks. No one says a word either. No one. You know what I like though? No one's giving me shit either. Like,
and no one's. Did people ask you if you got your vaccine?
No.
Did you get yours?
Yeah, I got mine in February.
Okay. Yeah, my memory's shot. Yeah. Wow. So.
It's good. Actually, well, what's funny though that you mentioned that is this weekend I'm actually going to New York City. I didn't tell you. Kind of a spur of the moment trip. Taking my big fan of the show, Zach. Shout out Zach. He's been mentioned before. He's got a good build, good build, nice ass, really nice. He's one of those guys where you see it, you want to slap his ass, but then you're like, I don't know if I should do that. And
you don't know how it's going to be taken.
And I might get canceled, and I don't want to get canceled. Cancel culture.
Yeah.
Shout out cancel culture. And so I'm taking Zach down to see a few of my buddies from college, two guys I pledged with, and one of them lives in Manhattan. And so we're staying with him first night, going to a comedy club in the city. And so I ordered the tickets yesterday, and they said everyone has to be vaccinated or you have to have a test within 48 hours of the comedy show.
Wait, what comedy? Where is it at? Comedy Cellar?
No, it's not. I tried Comedy Cellar first because I went there last year.
And I have free tickets.
Huh.
I have tickets that you should look into it. I have admit 2 tickets with 2 free drinks. That's Binghamton University gave it out. You paid like $20 up front, and they're like worth like $80.
That's so random that you have. Yeah, it is. That sounds about right. $80. Yeah. Well, I tried. Here's the thing though. This was yesterday, which is Tuesday. We're recording on Wednesday. I tried the tickets on Tuesday, and it was already backed up. All Friday's shows were already booked.
Yeah.
So I tried.
Who are you seeing?
It's just like a random 8 people for the hour and a half you're there.
Oh, just kind of tossing it on.
But we're going 10:30 at New York Comedy Club on 4th Street. I don't know where that is.
Shit.
Well, yeah.
You staying in the city?
Well, yeah, my buddy lives in the city, so we're staying with him Friday night, and then we're going to Strong Island to stay with my buddy John, who'll be with us Friday night. He lives on Long Island, so we got a whole lot of. You know what I like about New York? We got downstate, we got the city, we got upstate, we got a big mix going on for the weekend.
You got Southampton there too, like right off. I don't know if you know anybody. Oh, that is Long Island. So Southampton's like a higher end Long Island.
Yeah, that's like Long Island's already rich, and then you got uber rich people that live in the Hamptons. So
yeah. Because I've been over to the Hamptons,
Well, yeah, you got doctor there. Friends that probably.
Got family there. Well, no, I've got old when people bought in Southampton way back. That was the cheaper. Instead of moving into the city, that's where you would move. So if you've kept your house for 90 years. Your house went up so much in value.
Do you think I should wear Kevlar in the city, while I'm on the train and shit? Because I'm scared I'm gonna get stabbed by some different types of people.
You might get recognized from the podcast. which would be kind of the fame. You don't know how it plays down there. People react to fame very differently.
You know what I'm going to look out for? I'm going to look out for how many more people are wearing masks in the city than up here. Because really up here, it's not as frequent right now. I see it, but not as frequent.
Not just constant. Yeah.
Like, but I will say my buddy today, he works at UHS and he's a radiology, he's an X-ray tech.
Okay.
And he went to, go let a lady know that she can come inside or whatever. And she was like, oh yeah, I was just waiting in my car because I saw two people walk in to the facility with their masks below their nose.
Yeah.
And my buddy's like, and he's like, this lady was wearing like two masks, like probably a face shield. And he's just like, oh yeah, like I understand. Really, he's like, oh my fucking God, I fucking hate people.
Jeez.
It's just like, if you're vaccinated, shut the fuck up. Like, if you're listening to this right now and you're vaccinated and you're wearing a mask outside, like I've seen this, people are wearing masks outside by themselves. Like, honestly, I mean this in the nicest way. Please go to a therapist, get checked out. You have something wrong with you.
Here's the thing. When you're indoors in an enclosed location, I bet the 3 foot, 6 foot, whatever it was, they broke it down to 3. I bet you that they gauge that in a room with minimal airflow, people standing face to face distance, that kind of passing. When you're outside, the air currents and everything, it doesn't work like that. There's no sitting air. You know what I mean? It's so. I just don't.
You're preaching to the choir, man. It makes me. I was playing tennis and I saw like a guy walk by with a mask on by himself, like just on the sidewalk, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what, who is brainwashing these people? That
Like, well, it could be people that like a lot of people like the general knowledge when it comes to science and bio. People just kind of go off of unless you've taken bio courses, So
we have even like the most like we have even the scientists saying you don't need to wear a mask if you're vaccinated. And if you're outside alone, you don't need to wear a mask if you're not vaccinated.
Yeah.
The only time you need to wear one, they say, is if you are in a room and you're not vaccinated and you're in a room with people that are also not vaccinated.
Yeah.
So,
well, what was I going to say? What's up with that one guy, the doctor? Who's that doctor?
Fauci?
Yeah. Did he... Is he back in his?
He went back in, but he came out to testify with Congress, because they're talking right now about the origins of the virus. And,
didn't they say it came from somewhere else?
Well, he claims he thinks it happened naturally, like within like an animal, like came from an animal type thing, and other people are like, no way did it not come from a lab. So he's on Congress trying to defend his statements.
But it wouldn't have been from a U.S. lab. It would have been from a Chinese lab.
No, a Chinese lab. That's what
So then why does he give a shit? Like, why does...
Well, because it does matter. Because if this lab did create it, like they, can get in a lot of trouble. Like,
but do you think they created it or they accidentally leaked it?
Either or. Yeah.
Weaponized it, possibly.
Right. Well, that's the thing. We don't know.
That would be a whole thing. Damn.
It's scary that is even a possibility.
Yeah. Well, listen, you watch a lot of those. I want to talk about some Netflix shows, but you watch a lot of those Netflix shows, the Blacklist and all that shit. There's crazy motherfuckers that know how to weaponize, like the coronavirus. That family of viruses is not even close to the most lethal. You know what I mean? But
that's what's think about if they released a virus that was actually like could yes, this thing killed a lot of people for sure.
Like the Spanish flu,
but it didn't kill people our age. Like
Spanish flu killed people our age.
Really?
So the Spanish. So here's the thing. I'll give us a little
history. We like a little history.
Yeah, most viruses attack people with a weakened immune system. Okay, makes sense. Can't fight off. Things like the Spanish flu were killing 19 to like 25-year-olds because it kind of turned your own immune system against you. So if you had a stronger immune system, you were getting more fucked up. If you had a weaker immune system, it affected you less. So it was called some kind of storm. But this just kind of, but this attacks, I think, in the same way that, the elderly, people with weak immune systems, that it works like whatever. But they say even I was watching some of those, those fucking documentaries on Animal Planet, whatever.
The ones where like the monkeys like using the frog as
the frog
as a pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah, I think this was in the same one. It was later on.
Yeah.
It said with the ice melting and shit, global warming, whatever. The ice melting, different viruses that had been enclosed in the ice for millions of years would be exposed. Possibly, this is some deep this is some like Icelandic professor that's living in the middle of nowhere.
I just want to put this out there. If you're eating snow cones, be careful of the ice. Then you want to be careful.
Yeah, you got to get them tested. Snow cones tested.
Get the snow cones.
I think we have. I think we're coming out. I think we are coming out with a snow cone tester recently soon.
We as in you and me.
Yeah, we're waiting on the patent. Mark,
we're not supposed to mention that on the podcast about ours.
Okay, yeah, because the patent legally. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we gotta talk to Nancy.
We'll talk to Nancy.
But
aside from that, I was sitting in the auto shop today, and usually, how you got the weather on or some shit on the TV. They had Netflix on. They were playing a Netflix series, and it was like episode 1, season 1 of that. It's called It's about superheroes. It's got Josh Duhamel.
Oh wait, is this the one? This isn't
called Royal something.
It's not The Boys, is it?
No, it's not. It's not The Boys. It's another one. It's called like Royal or something.
Is it Netflix?
It's new. It's a Netflix original, and it's got a bunch of. We should look this up for our.
Because I have no idea what you're talking about. Honestly,
look up Josh, Duhamel.
Duhamel. Okay. Yep, that's a person.
Netflix. It's like superheroes. It's called
series. Oh yeah, series. Shit. Okay. Is it? It's not Jupiter's Legacy, is it?
Yes, it's Jupiter's Legacy. Is it new?
Yeah.
Dude, Jupiter's Legacy. I was watching. I was like, bored as shit in an auto shop, and I could hardly even hear the thing. And I was getting into it. He's a great actor, but like
I've never heard because I'm a big superhero buff. For those that don't know, big superhero.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know,
but it's not DC or Marvel. It's its own thing.
No, it's its own. I believe it's its own thing. It's also like The Boys was kind of like you had comedy mixed with bad and good. Opposite.
I want to get into The Boys. I've seen a few episodes. It looks really good.
I like to have my separation between good and bad. There was too much in The Boys where I saw like 3 episodes. It was like there's this guy who's kind of good, kind of bad. It was a lot more,
And they're like politicians.
Politically,
they're politicians that are superheroes. That's an interest, but like for someone to think of that's pretty smart.
Yeah, it is because it plays in. The one I'm talking about, the guy's father worked in like. When did the stock market crash? Way back then.
1929.
Yeah, something. You just know that out there? Or you know that for sure?
1929. Black Tuesday.
All right, we're gonna okay, all right, that makes sense. I don't know if that's factually correct, but we'll roll with it. Basically, like he's working in those days, Gatsby days, and then it's like, So I love that shit that brings it back. I also purchased a record player, an old Admiral record. Did you play video games back then? When not back then, but what's that one where you're like in an alien's body?
Oh, a Halo 3.
No, motherfucker. Shock.
Oh, Shock. The Shocker.
No.
For those that are watching YouTube, you saw the hand gesture I just made. If you know what I'm talking about. For those at home.
What the fuck is this? Do you know it takes place in you're in like a nuclear vault.
Are you in a church and then you talk to the priest and he does weird things to you? Because
no, was that a personal experience?
No, I don't know. I blacked that out. So wait, what so you're talking about an alien video game?
Yeah, it's Fallout. You've seen
Fallout. I've never played Fallout, but I have some loser friends that play it.
All right, well, I'll show the here. I'll bring this up.
Pete's nipple.
This is gonna be an exclusive. Usually we don't show other things on here, but look at this. Okay, so you got a record player that pops out, and then an old 1948 Admiral,
Yeah.
So
are you selling that? Are you selling that or not really?
Yeah. So listen. So I bought it for here we go. I bought it for $50, and there's only one on eBay for a local pickup. I guess how much? $1,000. $1,000. It's from 1948, and mine's in spectacular condition. Yes, I'm recording.
That's
on
actually
top of it.
sick. That is the sickest thing I've ever
You know,
seen.
my thing turns on and the turntable spins. That's dude. Before they launched up the rockets, way before they launched up the rockets.
So is it on Facebook Marketplace?
It's on eBay. I have had a couple people
For how
say,
much?
900, because there's 13 watchers on the $1,000 one, and it's in California. So I'm thinking to myself, there's probably some people on the East Coast that want this too.
Dude,
so.
you might be coming into some cash, and that's good because we actually have a GoFundMe going for Pete's debt.
Car fund, or the debt and the car fund. Well, truthfully, Peter's not. He's got no loans. He just paid off a bunch with the car, and most of the money that's on his card was invested in Dogecoin, which is only going up for the time being. We'll see.
Yeah, I've invested back into Doge at 31 cents. So finally a decent number this time.
Yeah.
And because I haven't lost any money off Doge. I've broken pretty much even. I think if I did lose money, it was like $6. So like nothing. Yeah. So now I'm up in it for the first time in a while.
How low did it go?
It got all the way down to like 22, maybe 22, maybe 24.
Yeah.
And I don't see it going back down that low. So, yeah.
I think it's going to be accepted by Coinbase, which will.
Well, if that happens, it's going to skyrocket. And
yeah.
But I will say this: I was at the gym today, and you ever see these people that are trainers that are like really out of shape, and you're thinking like, what? Like, if I went and paid a trainer, they better be fucking ripped. I mean, I'm not gonna pay this lady was not in good shape, and she's trained like 2-3 people and that were in better shape than her.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'll be the devil's advocate here.
All right, let's hear it.
What about the people that have just ridiculous genetics, which they only have to do a half hour working out and they look ripped as fuck? But for you, different, you know what I mean? Like, I could go vice versa, or,
Well, I saw it as if we were at the gym and you were training me at the gym. Like, that's how I took it, as her training these other women.
Well, we're different body types, I'm more that work. I'm like a workhorse, just like it's all in the ass and the legs,
Yeah.
Well, you're more like a little what do they call that? The manchi, the mankara.
Yeah, like a
the Fiddler on the Roof. Yeah.
Good film. But no, I'm more like the rabbit, the
Bugs Bunny,
like Bugs Bunny. Like I'm quick, but I run into the wall.
Who's who you remind me of? I think it's Gene something. Who plays the guy in the chimney?
Gene Wilder, the guy that played.
Is that who it is?
In the Charlie and the chocolate movie.
Is the original chocolate, but is he also the guy, the chimney sweep in Mary Poppins?
Might be Gene Wilder.
Or is he Singing in the Rain?
Gene Wilder movies. Let's figure this out. Movies.
Let me see, because I think it's.
All right, so we got Willy Wonka, Blazing Saddles. I'm not seeing.
Who's the guy from? Is it
Mary Poppins cast? Should we try that?
I'm looking that up. Let's see. Mary Poppins cast. Dick Van Dyke, maybe? No.
Dick Van.
Oh no. Original. Dick Van Dyke.
Okay, that's who you're thinking of. Dick Van Dyke. That's a wild name. Do you think that's his actual name?
I guess. What's Dick short for?
Richard
Van Dyke. Van Dyke sounds like a royalty name.
I'm gonna Wikipedia his. Let's see if Dick Van Dyke. Yeah, that's his real name. Like his parents, Richard Wayne Van Dyke, from Missouri. So see, that name would only happen in the Midwest.
Yeah, but I feel like they came from, like Dyke. Is that from Duke? Is it transferred?
Dyke is from. Yeah, I mean, we all know.
Okay, we know that Dyke, but I feel, isn't that spelled a different way?
I don't know how to spell Dyke.
That's Dike. I don't
really
know. Urban Dictionary might be a.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't need the people don't need to know.
Yeah, I
They
don't
can look
think
that
that's
up at
a key
home.
thing that we need to talk
Um,
about. Let's talk about the new. You've tried the iced tea White Claws? I don't think we've ever brought them up.
Yeah, I had them at your place. I had like a couple of them when you forced me to drink, which was pretty annoying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But really, I tell you
Consensual
what,
force.
the White Claw iced teas are the best thing they came out with. Granted, I'm a sucker for iced tea. Ladies at home, if you're listening and want to try to, get involved, surprise me with a little iced tea White Claw or anything iced tea related.
First date move.
First
That's
date.
that's impressive. You don't have to go like me and do a whole movie theater on a hill.
We don't. No one does that. So I mean, but
Yeah, well, in the movies, Marley and me, cheaper by the dozen.
If it didn't work out, Pete, I could make fun of you for it, but it worked out, and you're a better man for it.
So, yeah, it worked out. It worked out for now. It's working out for now.
For now. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, my current choices might be, the car I got is 23 years old. 23 years old.
I wonder what she thinks of the fact that you just have had 3 different cars since the beginning of your relationship.
I think as long as she doesn't see me switching girlfriends or significant others, I think that's
that was my biggest issue. And but I always had that's the thing. It's like, what's better, switching cars or switching girlfriends? Because I never switched cars. I had the same car.
Well, here's the thing. I switch locations all the time, states. I switch residencies. I switch cars. But you got to have one part of your life where you just keep constant. I've been thinking about writing a book recently, actually.
For those listening, I was just kidding. I for the most part, I was just kidding. So
yeah. But to encourage me, Matthew McConaughey threw it out there, and I think we're both at the same level. Matthew
McConaughey. So he might be running for office. Did you hear?
I heard he's running for governor of Texas, which I'll tell you this: if anybody else were to, Ronald Reagan was an actor.
Ronald Reagan.
Reagan. Is that what the ray gun from Call of Duty Zombies? Well, Ronald Reagan was an actor.
Yeah.
He was elected president.
Yeah.
So,
but even before that, he was governor of California.
Yeah, but Matthew McConaughey, I mean, Schwarzenegger was governor of California, but California's really kind of got to toss that to the side. But Texas, let me tell you something. Matthew McConaughey knows his shit. I listened to his audiobook twice. I don't read, but I listen to audiobooks twice. And that shit, he can hold his own. He can hold his.
Let me tell you what, he's a good looking guy. I mean, if some girl were to say to me, Matthew McConaughey's not like very good looking, I would just, it's like, what else do you want in a guy? I mean, like I feel like there's certain people that are just, you cannot argue that they are they're not.
Yeah. Good. Well, I think he got sexiest man alive, whatever. Yeah. But get this, I'll give you, because I know you didn't read the chapter this week. I'll give
sorry about that.
I'll give our people a little bit of they'll probably look forward to 2 new chapters next week. No pressure. But I'll give the whatever. So Matthew McConaughey's book is Green Lights. Okay. There's a ton of shit in there, and he just speaks it as it is. It's
read this book or listened to it?
Audio booked it twice.
So Green Lights, is that a metaphor for something?
I think it's like green lights, like you just go.
Because they called me grassy green lights in high school because I would just go and do some bad shit. Well, I called myself that.
You'd shoot your shot with the girl and just
with
see
like the bigger
happened.
girls.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because Treasure Trail. But basically, so yeah, you say he's the best looking whatever, but he kind of got mixed up in himself and in Hollywood and shit, and he just fucking shaved his head. Listen, he got a movie offer for millions of dollars, and he's gonna be like a dragon slayer or whatever, and they're like, all right, you're good. And he was just feeling to himself, he's like, you know what, I feel like I'm defined by the way I look and all that shit. Motherfucker one night just shaved his head. Okay. And then literally like talked to the guys are like, yeah, you didn't shave your head, did you? The movie producers are like, yeah, I did. He's like, whatever. And they were just fucking like, he was like, fucking deal with it. You know what I mean? This guy has just no regard. And then when he was younger, you know how back in the day, they used to try all these potions and shit in your face for acne and stuff. Yeah. they gave him something. His mom gave him something that made his acne horrible. And so he was like, it was like so bad. And so he ended up suing the company and stuff. But
You ever have a
yeah,
problem with acne growing up?
I didn't. I had the red cheeks, but I never had acne. I mean, we had some buddies that had
Yeah. No, I never had a huge issue with, obviously, like pimples here and there, but
nothing.
I have these pimples on my dick. I don't know if those.
That you should get checked out. I think you called me about that.
I'm kidding, ladies. I'm kidding. God.
Ish.
My friends wouldn't be kidding. Don't hang out with them.
Yeah.
But you kind of look like Matthew McConaughey if he like ate Twinkies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and had COVID.
Yeah, and the COVID. You got to add the COVID.
Yeah, well, you look sickly.
A little worn down. He looks like somebody that could literally just chill on a beach his whole life and still get the same amount of, he looks like somebody who could be majorly famous or just chill on a beach and still be content with either or,
Yeah. I mean, if he's willing to go into politics, when you live like a very nice life and you're willing to go into politics, I mean, it's like throwing your life away. And I get you trying to, better things and shit, but at the end of the day, you can't better anything.
He's probably like so bored, so fulfilled with what he's already done.
I mean, what's the last good movie he's been in?
Well, dude, I'm gonna tell you, Interstellar stands as I want to say, if not top 5, top 10 movies, for the fact that it's a mind fuck. And if you understand it,
I never watched it.
You need to watch it, dude. It's literally so, dude. Not to go on more about him, but Matthew McConaughey, for as big as an actor he is, he talked about how he got so fucking caught up with himself that he wouldn't even look at the fucking scripts for the movies he brought into. And he was like 20 something and he got in this big movie and he's like, I'm going to read the name of the fucking title and show up for the thing. He showed up for the thing and they go action. He looks at his lines, but like 5 minutes before, they're in Spanish. The whole fucking thing's in Spanish. The film's in Spanish. Okay. He goes to the producers, give me 5 minutes. He fucking read it down and just ballparked it during the film. That's the take they fucking took, and somehow dude. But I'm gonna tell you, he's got some roles that are fucking intense. He's got this role about these two like white dudes back in the era of racism, like raping an African American girl and like killing her and all that stuff. And he's the lawyer for the state, trying to paint the picture.
That's a movie.
Yes, it's called
a movie like that.
Yeah, it's called something judge, lawyer, Lincoln Lawyer. Look up, it's the Lincoln Lawyer.
Lincoln Lawyer. I've heard of that.
Bro, he does this scene.
Sound like something like that doesn't sound like something I want to watch.
It's some shit that one scene gets on YouTube and then it's like, holy fuck. But like he's
how
the
many
kind
girls
of guy
do you think have banged? How many girls do you think he's banged? I mean, let's throw out some numbers right here because I got a number in my head.
How many has he banged or how many could he have banged?
No. Could is it? I hate could because I know people are always like, oh, I could bang all these girls. Like, then do it. Then do it.
I've got no idea. I don't know that whole Hollywood fucking vibe. I mean, he's probably had thousands of opportunities.
Oh, you think? So. Well, all right. What's your? All right. I'll tell you mine. I'm thinking 157.
But I think after reading the book, he's way too in depth. Because listen, the girl he met, the way he describes it, his wife right now, her name's I forget what her fucking name is. But I don't think she would be with somebody that,
what's her? It's the guy. Isn't he married to the girl that blew Bill Clinton? What's her name?
Oh, she's who's that girl?
What's her name?
Lewinsky.
Monica Lewinsky. Isn't that his wife?
You think he just ran down that path as well?
Yeah, I mean, he was like, "Who's more famous than me?" And he was
let's throw McConaughey aside for a minute. Hillary Clinton runs for president, but her own husband cheated on her in the presidency.
Was the whole thing. That was the whole thing. Is like, if she was this strong, powerful woman, and I'm sorry, those people listening to this podcast probably don't care what we're about to say. But it's
listen. people get cheated on all the time, but for her to just kind of like look it over and be like, all right, you know,
Yeah.
that's just
I mean, they probably don't like when they're home, like in their house, like they probably don't talk to each other, you know?
not whatsoever.
Like
Not
they go home,
whatsoever.
they're like, I fucking hate you. I wish, we didn't, have this life
It's one
where
of
we
those
have to fake
just
it.
political. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
one of those just for show situations.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she has never been good looking, and he's always been decent looking guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, but just his demeanor, he's just kind of he looks like he can,
I mean, he was literally like one of the most popular at the like before that whole thing came out. I'm pretty sure he was very well liked amongst like most of America. I mean, he's 2-term president.
When was he 90s?
Yeah, dude, he was
early 2000
before the second Bush, after the first Bush.
Oh, because 9/11 was
right. So he was in the 90s. I believe he was 93 or 92.
No, he can't be that old.
To 2000.
He's gotta be like 90. I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah,
you know your presidents pretty well, don't you?
Well, what happens is when you're an only child and you work at home alone in your mom's basement, you do a lot of thoughts, you think a lot, you learn a lot. And
you seem like a documentary kind of guy.
I seem like Yoda if Yoda had sauce stains on his shirt and was also kind of mentally challenged.
Bro, you're not even gonna believe this. What did you say the year was?
92 to 2000.
81 to 89. 81.
Bill Clinton?
Ronald Reagan. No, oh shit! I'm looking up Ronald Reagan.
Dude, you are fucking.
Look at I was thinking about. I was 93 to 2001. So wait, no, 2001. 9/11 was September 11th, 2001, right?
Yeah. So
was it 2000? It was 2000. It was 2001.
He ended his term in 2001. Like January 2001.
Yes.
Bush goes in.
Bush is after him.
Right. Because George W. was obviously the president during 9/11.
Well, to bring up, we don't usually talk about serious topics, but they have all those dope ass movies out about 9/11 killing Osama and that kind of stuff. But you got to watch some of the YouTube videos. I'll tell our viewers too. Like the colleges and the Naval Academy, when Obama announced that they killed Osama, people are livid, like lit, like it's like Super Bowl. It's like Super Bowl, like I don't know. That's just America.
I remember when did that happen? Were we in college then, or was that it when we were in high school? I forget.
Must have been high school.
Oh, it had to be high school because when we were in college. Trump, when we were freshmen, Trump became president.
Yeah. This is another random thought. I'm going to toss it in here.
Yeah, throw it in.
Well, because there was like a shooting at some memorial thing. We don't really get into too many serious things, but do you remember we were in middle school, and the Civic Center, down in Binghamton. That shit. Do you remember the helicopters pulling over and then they were like, for school, go home. They told us to go home.
Yeah, were we on lockdown or we go home? It was maybe lockdown, then we went home. I'm not sure exactly
sketch shit,
how it went. But what's funny is I part like one of a lot of the frat guys in my frat lived right across the street from there. Like, so I used to party like. I'm pretty sure I peed right out front in the steps there.
Jeez, dude. I heard they blocked off the fucking back doors.
Really?
Car. Yeah.
I don't know much about that situation. I mean, we were young. I mean,
really. Yeah, that's kind of early on though for mass shootings. I bet that was like one of the. I mean,
when Columbine happened, that was like the first like ever real big one, and then it's just like oh
yeah, now it's like fucked up. Remember that movie theater one in Colorado?
Yeah, well, he was dressed like Batman, right, or something.
Was he dressed? No, I thought it was during the Batman. Was he dressed like Batman?
I don't know, dude.
No fucking way. There's no way. I don't know. Who goes through that effort to do that?
I don't know who does anything. Like, I don't know who, like, how, like, mentally fucked up you have to do to just, like, do things like that. I don't.
Dude, you watch these random things like law, like when they're in the courtroom and you look at these guys that are like making a murderer and they're fucking batshit crazy, like literally batshit crazy.
Like anytime I think I'm crazy for like jerking off 3 times a day or Sticking the bar of soap in my ass, what little things I do, then I think to myself, I'm not that bad because, I'm just harming myself, if anything. So
I'm just hoping, I'm trying to think to myself, is there any way my grandparents can get a hold of this podcast and just see me?
Well,
that just crossed into my mind. And I was like, oh.
What's good is like, I feel like if my grandparents heard it, they wouldn't be surprised with like 99% of the shit I say.
They wouldn't understand the English,
Yeah.
We got the he do this, and he gonna come over for the meatball.
Yeah, that's how it'd be. More like because I literally talk like this to them, so they just like they know I'm fucked up. So it's just,
I feel like, the vibe you give me is your family. You guys just kind of like just say it as it is.
Well, right? The grassy side is like, it's wild. I mean, there's no hiding who you are. And then I keep it a little more PG around my my mom's side. But
so wait, the grassy side is Italian.
Both sides are.
Both sides are full Italian.
Yeah.
So there's no half and half mix of no.
There's not. We're not Arnold Palmies.
There's no Irish, just tossing a little bit there.
It wouldn't be bad to have a little Irish in there, or a little anything else, because what happens when you're full anything, it's not good for your genetics. I don't think I think I've proven that with my stature, my 5'8", and my brain capacity.
Yeah, it's just kind of gone downhill from
where
there.
mixed people, they say that like when you mix, different
breeds,
breeds, mixed breeds are better than purebreds.
Purebreds, I don't know. Purebreds are usually they can make Italian sauce better. The Maaads.
Well, what happens is we make good sauce, but then we get angry at if
television, like the remote's not working, and it's just
right, and or if like my dad wanted this one pot moved one time, and his wife
pot is in like the you put plants in.
Yeah, plants in like a pot that was.
Okay.
His wife was like, why don't you move the pot? And then he said, here, I will move the pot. And then he chucked it across the lawn and said, here, you could pick up the pot. So like, there's things like that happen.
Yeah, that just play down.
And it's like, okay, so purebred maybe might not be the way to go. And
you know what I just thought, with your genetic lineage and all that, you could be a car salesman. I feel like you could do well selling used cars.
Yeah, but then again, I hate people. Like I actually like my job. People are always like, "Do you like working by yourself all day?" And I was like, besides the fact that I have schizophrenia and I talk to myself all day and have different voices in my head, like I like it because I don't deal with people 90% of the time. Like,
we should look into. We're gonna talk to Gene, see if we can get you a hologram. Well, no, Gene Pagliano. In finance.
Yeah, I think we're cousins, me and Gene.
Yeah, you guys, all your cousins work for us, but we're gonna get a hologram so that responds back to you. They got the Amazon Alexa AI.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do. I'm pretty sure I have like 3rd-degree burn on my shoulder.
Did you get sunburnt?
It's really just from I was driving around working on my car all day. That's it. My hands. You see them?
Yeah,
what's dirty as shit.
That's because you take like one wait, what's your deal? You wear the same clothes, but you shower a lot. Like there's something you do that's weird.
I shower all the time. Let me think. Well, I don't know. I rewear jeans. That's normal.
Well, no, yeah, but I heard through the grapevine that you like that week you weren't like living in that house yet. You were living with your other buddy, that you were wearing the same underwear like 5
times.
I
ran out of underwear, so I was wearing a bathing suit.
Okay.
Bathing suits, that's, the bathing suit, everything's open. Nothing's really touching. So it's kind of like, there's airflow and stuff, but I've kind of got the washer dryer thing under fix, but it's always up and around with me, but
you don't pay utilities, do you?
I do. I pay utilities.
Oh, you do that. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good.
You know what's crazy though? I wish I started these fucking gas and electric companies because they're screwing us. They've got the monopoly. Yeah. And you know what? The Spectrum too.
Oh,
Spectrum.
Yeah. Dude, how are you supposed to have internet without Spectrum?
Well, we've been fucking we can only watch like one thing in the fucking house.
I feel like NYSEG, like all these gas companies are like the mafia. Like they literally just have a stronghold and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. You know how you know a company's fucking you? You want to know? When you call them, it takes 95 minutes to get on the phone with them.
And then they send a guy over and he comes at you in a different way.
Yeah. So get this. All right. Last thing I want to bring up. There's a video, To Catch a Predator, Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
Once he was done with that, once whatever network took him off that, there was a thing. It was like to catch, basically to catch like a worker screwing you over. So they would hire the house ACs. They would hire a guy to come check the house AC, but they would check it before. And Chris Hansen would be in the house. He would come fucking down. The guy would quote.
Didn't you talk about this, or did you just tell me about it?
I probably just told you about it.
Oh, okay.
But Chris Hansen would come down and be like, so you're overcharging this customer because we checked X, Y. I was like, this is what he fucking moved on to. That's downhill right there. When you move from To Catch a Predator to
yeah, that show sounds like it sucks. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been it's been a nice episode. I didn't know if we were gonna get it in this week. We've been busy and shit, but we always manage.
Yeah. And I think next week we'll shake it up. We'll get somebody. I guess see if we can get my brother back on.
Yeah, I like having your brother.
He's had some changes. We talked to him right on the phone before the podcast. And he said some funny shit. So
yeah, right away. We'll he's a funny kid.
Just off the fly.
But everyone have a good weekend. It's Bringing the Heat with Alec and Pete.
Catch you guys next time.